Hi guys, it's Lyric and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I asked you guys on my Instagram stories if you had any back to school advice that you wanted me to give. So I got some good questions on there and I really just want to help you guys out because going back to school is not easy. I've said this before and I'll say it again. It actually is hard. Like, it's a hard time of the year for all of us and I'm really wanting to help you guys. Little disclaimer, I know I am homeschooled, but I have had many situations where I've had to go into groups of people, kind of like school, where I want to make friends, but like I have so many things that are kind of keeping me from talking to people. I'm just kind of concerned about what others think about me. So I'm just really trying to help you guys, and I just want to also tell you this video is not going to be super cheesy like,
oh, be happy and love everybody.
no. I mean, it's good to do that, yes, but I'm going to be giving you the tea. I'm not going to be all nice and telling you everything's going to be good. I just want to give you the raw and real advice that you need. So I think that's all for this intro, and let's get started. Okay, so the first question that I got says, where do I find cute/aesthetic school supplies other than Target? I actually don't go many other places than Target, but I know Walmart has some cute school supplies. I don't really know where else you would shop for them, but I know there are some like stationery stores and malls and stuff. But now that I think about it, I don't really go to other places to look for school supplies, so just kind of explore the area. If you have stationery stores near you, just kind of go in and check out their school supplies. You never know, you might find something new that you like, a new style or something like that. But yeah, that is my answer for that question. The next one says, how do you end a toxic friendship? So I've actually gotten this question before from people, and what you have to remember is this person worth my time? Like, do I need to be giving them all of my time? And once you answer that question, you know whether or not you need to keep them in your life. And the best way to do this is by being respectful. Make sure you don't say it in a rude way like,
I don't really like the way your attitude is. I don't like the way you do this. I think we should be done.
Don't make it like that. You want to end on a good note because you are trying to stay humble and be the grown-up, mature person that you are. So I would recommend kind of like having a get-together, telling them, hey, I need to talk to you about something, and say it in a very mature way. Say like, I just don't feel like our friendship is helping one another. I feel like it's a little bit toxic for us, and just end it like that. Don't try to be bratty or anything. Try to stay as mature as you can and stay on a good note, because you don't want to leave them on a bad note. You don't need any more haters in your life. The next question I got is, how do you make new friends? So this is obviously everyone wants to be making new friends, at least I think. So the first thing you have to remember is be yourself. I know a lot of people say this, but if you're being someone else and someone wants to be friends with you, they don't want to be friends with you for who you are. They want to be friends with you for who you're pretending to be. So be yourself. Don't act like anyone else. Just be you and be kind. And being kind really helps people want to be your friend, because everyone, even if they're rude or the bullies of the school, kindness will eventually touch their hearts. So always try to be kind, be sweet, and be yourself. That's what I would tell you. The next question I got says, how do you get confidence to wear trendy/odd clothes to school? So yes, this is kind of important because it's your style. It's how people see you. It's kind of what sets you apart or makes you blend in with the crowd. What I would say is, why would you want to wear something that you don't like? This is a good way to express yourself through your clothes and through your style. You never know. You could set a new style, because the way that trends are set is by someone doing something that's kind of odd. So like, imagine people like wearing scrunchies on their wrist. People used to always wear them in your hair and you would never think to wear them on your wrist, but now it's like such a big visco trend. So you just stepping out of the box, and if it doesn't become a trend, so what? You're being yourself and you feel confident in what you're wearing. You have to remember that, like, it doesn't really matter what people think about your outfit. Like, what are they gonna do? Just try to express yourself, and you never know, you could set a new trend. Okay, the next one I got is how to not stress around finals. So for this question, one source that causes the stress is that people feel like they're behind, or they haven't learned enough, or they can't retain everything. So I would say throughout the school year, take notes and study them. I know during the school year you might be doing something easy and you're like, oh, I don't need to take notes on that, but are you going to remember it when finals come around? Just take notes on things and make sure you're always studying them, because the more something goes through your brain, the better you're going to remember it. And when it comes to finals time, make sure you're setting your priorities straight and you're focusing on studying your notes and not going on social media and doing a bunch of things, because then you're going to have to crunch everything in, and that's not even helpful. People think if they study the night before it's going to help, but that's not the trick. So make sure throughout the school year you're doing what you need to do, and towards the end just stay calm and know that you were giving your best effort and you've been doing what you're supposed to do during the whole school year, and that should help you. The next one I got says, what's your realistic advice on dealing with insecurities when everyone points them out to you? This one is a very hard one to deal with. What you have to do, for me, I'm a Christian, and so I know that God made me the way that I am. No one else is like me, and everyone is different in their certain ways. And in His eyes, I'm perfect. That is what helps me. But for others who might not have the same religion as me or might not see things the way I do, I would say you really have to embrace your imperfections. You have to be in your body and love your body for who you are, and love your insecurities, and know that you're going to work to make them better if they are things that need to get better. If it's on your appearance, you just embrace it and say, you know what? At least I'm kind, because what matters is what's on the inside, not on the outside. So you can tell people, like, at least I'm kind and loving and caring. That's really what matters. That if someone's rude to you because of what you look like on the outside, they don't need to be in your life anyway. So you don't really need to care about their opinions, because they're obviously not true. So what I would say is just focus on the things you know, because deep down inside, you know what is good and what is true. And you know when you have insecurities like, oh, you're kind of bossy, then just work on them. You don't have to boss back at them and be like, hey, no, I don't have that insecurity. Just be like, okay, thanks for telling me. I'll work on that. And it's not just going to fix in one day. It's going to take lots of months, even it could take years for you to like get that fixed and not be bossy anymore. But just try to embrace yourself and know that I am beautiful the way that I am, and nobody is perfect. The next one I got says, what grade are you in? Please reply to my DM. I did reply to her DM, by the way. I am going into 11th grade. I'm going to be a junior, which is supposed to be a really hard year, but I'm ready to conquer it, and then I'll get to be a senior. The next one I have says having a YouTube channel. So I guess they're asking about like having a YouTube channel in front of like your school friends and stuff. And this, I hate to break it to you, well, I don't really hate to, because it's true, but not everyone's going to be supportive of it. I know like in certain situations everyone can be supportive of it, but most likely in a school you're going to get made fun of because people are jealous. And you have to remember, you're doing what you love, and if you really love it, you'll stick with it, because their opinions don't really matter, and they could be a toxic friend that you need to remove from your life for that time. But you just have to be confident and remember that I like what I'm doing. I love YouTube so much. I don't want to stop. When I told my friends at the gym, like when they figured it out, they were all really supportive, and I'm really happy about that. But like if any of them weren't, which I don't think that would be the situation, but if they weren't, I would just keep doing it because I like it so much, and it's kind of a part of me. So if they don't like it, then that's fine for them, but I'm still going to keep doing it. The next one I have says, how do you stay on top of / ahead in school? Prioritize and be determined. You have to know your priorities and be determined to actually do them and do the school that you need to do, I would say make sure you have a planner or some form of planning out your assignments and knowing when things are coming, when you need to get things done. This helps me so much. I can't even explain. Like, I'm such a planner and I like to know when things are due and when I need to get them done. And then you have to be determined and you have to have that discipline to say that I'm going to get this done right now. And that does take work for some people. Some people don't have the discipline to just do what they need to do to get it done. So you really have to work on discipline. Sometimes you might have to sit down and say, Lyric, do this now. You need to get this done now. It's due very soon. Do it right now. And you have to make yourself do it. Power off your phone and set it somewhere if that is your distraction. If it's YouTube and you do work on your computer and you have YouTube open, close it and just stay focused. You really have to have that discipline, and also make sure you have your priorities out, because say you have something you wanted to do with your friends but you have a test you need to study for, you have to think friends or a test. I'm sure you can hang out with your friends later or next week. I mean, they're not going to leave or anything unless they're going for vacation. I don't know how to help you there, but just make sure you have your priorities straight and you know what the end goal is. The next one says, how do you change friend groups / make new friends without offending old friends? I would say if you're trying to make new friends, make sure you communicate with your old friends and say, like, I promise I'm not trying to replace you. I'm just ready to branch out and see some new friends. And if those friends, your old friends, get upset at you for doing that, then you really don't need to keep them, because they should be fine with you having multiple friends. Like, you can have as many friends as you'd like. So if your old friends feel like if they don't like that idea, then you really shouldn't keep them. But if they're fine with it, then that's great. Just make sure, like, you don't have to ask their permission to have new friends. But if you want to prevent any drama like that, I would talk to them first and say, hey, I'm just ready to explore and see if there are some other friends that I could hang out with as well. I just want to let you know I'm not trying to replace you, and I still love you so much as a friend. And yeah, you have to, like, be mature and just communicate what you're doing and why you're doing it. The last one I have is how to get the courage to leave a toxic friendship, which I think I kind of already answered that. But I would say you have to just think, like, is this person worth my time? Do I have better things to do with my time than focus on this toxic friendship? Like, you know, you deep down inside, you know if this friendship is good for you and if you need to keep on with it. Like, if that friend doesn't make you feel good about yourself or makes you feel like you're a bad person or something's wrong with you, then you don't need to keep them, and you need to just communicate with them about how you're feeling and that they don't make you feel like a better person. They just make you feel devalued. So just let them know how you're feeling, and then try to respectfully end the friendship and tell them, I just feel like our friendship isn't working on both sides very equally, or say, I feel like I'm putting more effort into this friendship than you. Just try to maturely and nicely tell them what you think is going on and that you don't think the relationship should last. Okay, so that is all the advice that I have for you guys today. I just want to say, I know some of these things might be a little like, ew, why is she saying that, or that's not my situation, but I'm just going off of the questions I have, and I'm giving my best effort to solve them. I know that school and friends is a big part of our lives, and we want people to like us, but you really have to remember, be yourself, have your priorities straight, know your end goal and what you're working towards, and know what you truly care about versus things that really don't matter. So just try to stay in a good headspace, and I really honestly hope this video helped you guys out. I love you all so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.